There is a lesson that my children taught me. It took me a long time.
Parenting out of fear. See, when we have our children, we have an itinerary of what we're going to do, how we're going to do it differently than it was done with us. We're going to give our kids all the things we didn't give. We're going to talk to our kids in a way that we weren't talked to. We're going to remove all the stumbling blocks so they don't have to feel that sting of life. Personally, I was a parent who parented out of fear. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but it's not good because sometimes the things that we fear, we can create. And that's not to say it's my fault. Every time, my kids did something or didn't do something, it was my fault. Or anytime your kids do something, it's your fault. No. But sometimes we can create things because we want to protect them so bad. I was a very loving parent, but on the other side of that coin, I was very militant. And they had to tell me that as they got older, and as I got older, I had to reflect on what were some of the things that I did that make them feel that way. And as parents, that can be a hard pill to swallow because you're parenting out of love. You know why you're being tough and rigid and not wanting them to go everywhere, but they don't see it. And I don't have many regrets in my life, but I do have one, and I'm going to share it with you. I took a second shift job at a hospital, and that second shift job started at 1:30 in the afternoon, and I didn't get home till 10 o'clock at night. And if I was in a code, I didn't get home till well after that. And let's just say some of the places I didn't want them to go when they were younger and, even a little older, they went because sometimes the things you fear, you create. No, you're not going over here. What areas do they live in? So on and so forth. And those became the areas that they wanted to go to. Now, don't get me wrong. This is not blaming myself for decisions they make, especially when they're well over 18, or you blaming yourself for things that your children do when they're well over 18. And hey, they don't even have to be 18 because they get to a certain age, they know what they're doing and what they're not supposed to be doing. But I'm saying that to say this, we can spend so much time trying to dot the I's and cross the T's to make it, where it's so comfortable and they don't, experience any type of sting of life. You can actually run yourself down, your health down. And the only way that you can raise your children and not do it to where you're killing yourself is to bring God in it. And I know it's easier said than done, but it's the truth. It's not always easy. It doesn't always feel comfortable because God's ways is not our ways. But if you believe in God and you know that his son, Jesus Christ, died for our sins, you know that they're covered. And you can't love your kids more than he because he's the one who gave them to us. But I remember my Aunt Luida told me this years ago. Self-preservation is the first laws of life. You have to take care of yourself before you can take care of anyone. And that includes your kids because they can be the number one people, humans, to take you through the ringer. Cause you to be stressed out, lose your hair, high blood pressure because you love them so much and you want them to do all the right things. But you have to get to a point where you say, I love you guys, but I love me more. Maybe not tell them that, but if the mood calls for it and you have to tell them, you got to. Because if you are run down, messed up, you're no good to no one. And you definitely can't be any good to anyone if you're not in a good place yourself. So I hope this helps. And if you're dealing with something with your children, turn it over to God. Literally pray about it, journal. You're covered, your kids are covered, and he's going to protect them. And his protection may not always feel comfortable to you. It may not always feel soothing because you just feel that sting. But if you trust God and like I know, he's got you.